Hey loves, happy Friday. You have survived the work week. And I was just thinking the other day, isn't it funny how Facebook has a way of magnifying all the little things that seem to be happening in your life? You know how when you talk to a friend about some problem that you're dealing with and all of a sudden a Facebook ad appears for it? Or the whole relationship status on Facebook? I love the fact that a couple of years ago Facebook decided to add is complicated as a relationship status, because when I first saw it I was like, what the heck does that mean? It's complicated. Either you're in a relationship or you're not. But as I've grown in my relationships with my fiance, and as I've grown in coaching other women and helping them attract the loves of their lives, I have learned that it really can be a lot more complicated than just you're in a relationship or you're not. So today I wanted to talk about situationships and the dangers of them, and how it is that women who seemingly want to be in a cherished, committed relationship, a marriage, end up in these situationships where the relationship isn't so defined. So if this is your first time watching me, my name is Keisha Rice and I'm the pre-wife coach. I help single, successful Christian women learn how to attract their ideal partners without compromising their values, their identity, or their sanity. Because let's face it, you're great at everything else. Everything else is together in your life. You should be great at love as well. And again, I want to talk about situationships. When you have met a guy and the two of you are interested in each other and you're seeing each other, but there's really no set definition to what this relationship is or what is actually happening. And I want to go ahead and say off the top, as a bit of a warning so that we're not wasting each other's time here, I am not talking to women who are happily in situationships. If that is what you want to do, if you want to just meet men and date and have fun, then you do you. I completely understand that. I went through a single season in my life where I wasn't really interested in having a serious relationship, but that is not what we're talking about here. And in fact, as many of you know, I coach women privately, one-on-one, and how to attract the man of their dreams. That is one type of woman that I do not work with. I only accept 3 women a month, and I will not accept any woman who is actively engaging in that type of thing, because although I don't have a problem with it, I'm committed to working with women who want to get married and want to get married soon. So back to these situationships, I am talking to the women who have found themselves in these situations and they're not happy about it. This is not what they wanted. They want to be in a cherished relationship. They want to be in a committed partnership, and they want to know firmly that it is just them and this man. There's no one else, that this is committed, that this is exclusive, and that this is going someplace. So if that's you, I want to talk to you about the reasons why you might be finding yourself. Hey Courtney, I want to talk to you about the reasons why you may be finding yourself in these situationships. And by the way, if you are watching me live, use hashtag cherished woman in the comments. And if you're watching this later on replay, hashtag replay, because I do come back and say hello and comment and everything for all the women who watch me. So again, with these situationships, oftentimes I see women who end up in these types of relationships with men because they really and truly don't think that they deserve better. And I get it. When you have been hurt over and over again by men, whether that is in dating or whether that is some of your earlier influences with men, say an older brother, a father figure, stepfather, uncle, whoever that may be. You know, when you get beat down over and over again by life, it has this effect of making you feel like you are less than, like you are not worthy. And I see women sometimes settling for a situationship with a man because they really feel like they aren't pretty enough, they aren't smart enough, they aren't fun enough to deserve a cherished relationship, and they feel like some of a man's attention is better than none of his attention. And I want you to know that that is simply not true of. So here's the thing. God says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are a queen. You are a Proverbs 31 woman. And if you know your worth, you will not settle for anything less than what it is that you want out of your finances, out of your career, out of your education, but of course, as it pertains to this video, out of your love life. You will not settle for a situationship with a man if what you really want is a committed relationship. And again, I'm not talking to the women who are happily in situationships. I'm talking to the women who are serious about getting married. If that is you, then you need to know that you deserve that. You need to know that God doesn't place these desires in your heart for no reason, and that it's not okay to allow a man to take advantage of your need for attention, your need for love. You need to be getting that love within yourself. You need to be getting that love from God, and you need to be working on these toxic relationships that you've had in the past, learning how to heal from those before you allow any man to come into your life, even the good ones, because let's face it, if you are still hurt from those past toxic relationships, if you haven't learned to love yourself first, you will sabotage even the healthiest of relationships with the best of partners. So again, that is one of the ways that women find themselves in situationships, because they don't think they deserve any more. There's also a matter of not having a firm grip on boundaries. And I see this very often with women who were raised in a similar way that I was raised. So if you can relate to this, just let me know in the comments. You grew up in a conservative home. You grew up going to church every Sunday. You grew up going to the revivals. You have always lived your life in church. And you grew up in maybe an area of your country that is more conservative. So for me, the Southeast United States, or you grew up in a small town where you don't see a lot of people who are more liberal. You know, everyone has similar families and similar beliefs, similar faiths. So you have all of this in your life, the way that you were raised, and you were raised with a certain attitude about women. This attitude that good girls are quiet. This attitude that you should be seen and not heard. You heard that all the time as a child, and as a grown-up, you have held on to that belief. You were taught, be submissive, be meek, be mild. And because of that, you know, we can talk about submission and what it really means the way the Bible intended it to be, but because of the way that you were taught certain things, you feel like you're not allowed to speak up. You feel like you're not able to ask for what it is that you really want out of life. You feel like you are not allowed to start conversations that are difficult. You feel like you're not allowed to stand up for yourself and defend yourself and say, hey, I am a child of God. I am a princess. I'm the daughter of a king. And, you know, these are the things that I'm okay with in life. And these are the things that I'm not okay with. And I'm not going to tolerate this, that, or the other. And because of that, you find yourself in situationships because you meet a guy, he's very nice. You think that he's husband material. You want to see this relationship move forward. And when he starts saying that he wants to just see how things are going, he wants to just chill for a little bit, he doesn't want to rush things with you, and he's making up all these excuses that basically amount to he doesn't want to commit to you because he wants to keep his options open. You accept that because you don't know how to speak up for yourself. You don't know how to say, hey, no, that's not okay with me. Look, I'm trying to get married here. And I'm not going to settle for a relationship with a man who only sees me as an option. I am nobody's option. I am a cherished woman, and I should be your only choice. So when you don't know how to speak up for yourself, when you don't have that confidence in yourself, then you end up in these situationships because a man sees that you don't have that confidence and he takes advantage, and he will continue to take advantage. And speaking of which, taking advantage and talking about confidence, let's get into the third reason why women find themselves in situationships, and that is being a little too confident. So, again, if you just heard my last point, I am all for being confident. I have a group program that I do twice a year that is called Confidently Cherished. I believe that you should know your worth. You should know your value. You should ask for what it is that you deserve. But there's a difference between confident and cocky. And here's another thing that I see sometimes with women that I work with, that they are cocky because, again, they have the great education, they have the great career, they're good looking, they have good friends, their family relationships are good, they're successful in every area of their life but love. And they've grown a little bit cocky, and they think that a man will come into their life and maybe he's not looking for anything serious. Maybe he's just trying to chill, and maybe, he's not even thinking about marriage, but because she is such a catch, she thinks that she can change his mind and make him see that he needs to completely turn his life around and get on board with commitment. Love, with all due respect, here's the thing. The only person who can raise and mold a man is his mama. And if she didn't get it right in 18 years, then there's really nothing that you can do in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or even a couple of years. So if a man is not ready to get married, if he is not ready for commitment, you are not going to change that, because love is an inside job, both for you and for him. So if he's not ready for commitment, if he doesn't see himself yet being the married man with the kids, becoming the dad and having the minivan and taking kids to soccer practice and all of that, then he's simply not going to do it. So if he comes in, and I'm sorry about the ambulance right now in the background, so I will wait a second for that to end because I'm not sure if you can hear it right now. So yes, if a man is not ready to be in a cherished relationship, then he's simply not going to do it until he's ready. So if he comes in and he tells you, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious, when someone tells you something, believe it. And you can't come in with all of your assets, with all the great things about you, and change his mind. When he's ready, he's ready. There are a few women who get lucky. They start dating a man and something drastic suddenly happens in his life, and all of a sudden he is ready for commitment. But believe me, that's nothing that woman has done. When a man is ready, he's ready. And even if you are successful in getting him to commit to you before he's ready, all you're going to manifest is a mess. You're going to end up in a relationship with someone who you basically drag down the altar, and nothing good is going to come out of that relationship. Nothing blessed or abundant is going to come out of that relationship. So again, the three reasons why a woman finds herself in situationships when she doesn't want to be in a situationship. Number one, she is feeling like she doesn't deserve to be in a committed, cherished relationship. Number two, she is feeling like she can't speak up for herself or set boundaries. And number three, she's too confident, too cocky. So if you can relate to any of these things, feel free to let me know in the comments. And also, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I have been struggling with this, with having these complicated type relationships and with having these situationships that I don't want to be in, and I want to change that. I want to completely transform the way I think about relationships, and I want to learn how to have discernment so that I actually hear what a man is saying to me, not just what I want to hear. And I also want to learn how to have a cherished relationship that is healthy and where there's communication and where we clearly know our boundaries with each other. Then I would love to help you with that. You can book a free Cherish call with me. You and I will hop on the phone. We will work out a plan to help you go from pre-wife to the wife and to work on the issues that are holding you back from doing that and from being the type of woman that attracts a godly man. So if you're interested in that, the link is calendly.com/Keisha Rice. That is in my bio, and I will also put it in the comments. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to just put those in the comments. I will come back and look at those, and I will talk to you guys later. I love you all so much. Hope that you have a great Friday and a great weekend. See you soon. Bye.